This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, welcome everybody. This is your Teacherzone.com teacher and student engagement training. So this is for you teachers that may have seen this live or are watching this. Maybe you're a new employee at a school. This is for teachers in general. I'm Tyler Maroff. I'm the co-founder of Teacherzone.com. I'm also an educator and started my own lesson business in 2010. Taught 31-hour music students a week, even though Teacherzone's for all types of students, and really workshopped with my partner Chris on how to remove friction and add engagement between teacher and student um, on your day-to-day lives. So this is what we're going to do. Today, we're going to discover what teacherzone.com is to you guys because it's being released at your school. You need to know how to use it. It's an easy to use app, also browser-based software as well. And remember, these are the notes that you need to remember. Teacherzone is here to amplify your school's culture, not the other way around. And therefore, if the school is trusting you guys to be their dedicated teachers to watch over everybody, Teacherzone also is here to amplify who you are as well and not the other way around. So find out from this video what you like the most, take some notes, workshop along with me, and have some fun. Okay? So again, let's get started. First and foremost, teacherzone.com. When you go to this browser, you log in just like this, and it will remember who you are. Let me go down to my test account, and I will log in. And this is the browser-based version. So I'm on a MacBook Pro. It works on any computer or browser on any mobile device as well. However, we also have the teacher app for Android, iOS, anywhere you can buy apps. You get this, and let me change my screen here. I'm going to jump over, and here we go. You should be able to see that. This is the app. So this is my phone. This is an iPhone, but you can get it on Android wherever you need to. And we're going to go over a couple 1.0 little teasers for you. So everything you need to know just so you can get your feet off the ground, start teaching right away. Things like invoicing for payroll, a lot of busy work that you used to have to do, you won't have to do anymore because of this. So as you can see, Thursday, April 14th, these are my students. Dina arrived. I'm just going to swipe. Oops, I'm going to go the other way. Actually, it's easier because she's here. Swipe right, mark attended, and okay. She turns green. You have a, these attendances are taken all the way in the history of the school having Teacherzone. You can pull attendance reports, always know where everyone was. And however, let's say really quick that Owen didn't show up and you don't know where they are. No more calling the ops team or calling the parents. You don't have to do that anymore. You swipe the other direction, hit attendance, and whether you have four choices down here: attended, no show, student canceled, or teacher canceled. Maybe you were sick. No matter which one of these you choose, unless it's attended, someone is notified. The system is alive with over 70 custom notifications that your school sets up, and they go out when anything happens. So you don't have to follow up. For instance, no show, hit save, hit OK, come back to the screen. Notice Owen is now an amber color. His parents, him, and any phone number and email attached to the parent and student accounts on their side were just text messaged and emailed, along with your operation staff of your school. So things like that are what you're going to see today that we've installed to make sure things are easier throughout your day and you can mentor more, coach more, operations less. That's the whole point. More engagement's what we're looking for. All right. So that's the app. I mean, if you really look, there's chat at the top left. I go into my chat. There's Raylan. All my students are in here. I can chat with them. I also have groups, and I'll show you later how you can create groups of students so you can get messages out to them easy. The chat is amazing. Also, if you're wondering about chatting with minors, we programmed it so that there's no delete button. So everybody's integrity is on the table when the chatting's happening. Okay. So people know to behave when that happens. They don't have an easy way out. And we've had no problems with this thus far over 6 years that it's been programmed like this. So the chat's great, easy to access. If you notice, if I go down to the bottom here, there's leaderboards. Automatic points and badges are assigned for attendance, practice time. If I click on Raylan, I can see all the badges he's been awarded through the system, or even ones like this blue belt I awarded him myself. There's manual badges as well if you want to have fun with that. But you can go over to student points and see when they logged in, see when they used their practice timer. And the best part is the kids can see this leaderboard as well. And depending on how your school sets it up, everybody can see everybody, see who's in first and things like that. Really neat to have contests with all of that. And so I'm just zipping through this really quick. You can also look up your students really quick. If I type in Raylan right here, he pops up. Here's everything I need to know on Raylan. Look at this, notes, private notes too. These are all my private notes that no one's allowed to see. If I swipe right, here's his parents' information. Your school may press a button preference that you don't see the home information, but that's fine, whatever your school decides to do. There's the attendance screen again if you need to take it or change it. Here's the assignments. You can assign homework, lesson plans that are easily accessible by the parents and students, because remember, they have their own app too. You can see what's assigned currently. You can see what they have shared back with you. If you want them to send in videos of them completing their assignment for the week, or showing you a new move, or whatever it is, they can send it back, and they're here based on student, and you can view these. And then here's your badges. If I wanted to add a new badge, I can do that. I can select one. I can select a medal. Here's a silver medal, and save. I just gave Ray a silver medal, and so on and so forth. So then there's points. I can also add points which your school sets up. Manual points are designed by the upper level and then can be given by the teacher. So these aren't automated for attendance and practice timer and all of those great things. These are manual. So if they were an ambassador at the school and helped, then there we go. We just added the ambassador points, and that helps them with the leaderboard too. Anyways, this app is going to be your go-to. And here's back to the dashboard really quick. This is going to be your go-to. You can work in the iPad. You can work on any device, smaller. I prefer the phone because I like to video lessons, and you can put your video lessons right into the practice assigner. And I also didn't mention this in the learning. If you click learning and go to assignments, you can also, when you add, look, I'll go in and edit this one that I've already assigned. So if we go into the course detail, oops, I hit the wrong button. That's how you check out what's in there. If you swipe and hit edit, this is the raw format, but I want you guys to see something. There's 4 ways you can add content. So as you can see right there, that Victor Wooten thumbnail there, that's actually palmed in directly from YouTube. We've API direct with YouTube and Google and other ways as well. So you can assign directly from YouTube. You can assign your own files from your phone, and everything learns as you go. So your account in Teacherzone acquires everything you've ever assigned and puts it even in your library. So sound files, URLs that you use, they start to be accumulated, and you can actually not have to upload them ever again. They're just sitting in your Teacherzone library, or you can add new, and you can even create courses in Teacherzone of your own content. Think of it as a book on a shelf, Tyler's Beginner Guitar 101, and I have 6 lesson videos inside there with attachments that help. And that is always in there and accessible when I choose courses. So the sky's the limit on that. And guys, all of this is in your FAQ on your browser version of Teacherzone, by the way. So if you want to rewatch this video, you can. But also, if you're logged into teacherzone.com, the browser, just like this, notice over on the right side, there is a help tab. There we go. It'll pop up. Type in teacher app, and all the topics are there. So your school still has direct contact with our customer success team. You have direct contact with your school through this FAQ, or if this doesn't answer it and they can't answer it, they will contact us directly through their Basecamp account with us, and we will get you those answers ASAP. Okay, so keep that in mind. The FAQ is super helpful. So anyways, we just did a little mini crash course on the app. 1.0, guys, you can turn the spigot on as fast as you want. The bottom line is you need to take attendance and get to teaching. So that is the first thing. So I'm going to pop this back open and open it up here. So if I go back to, and this is just a quick refresher, my dashboard, and Raylan is here. Raylan's going to be our little test. Oh, by the way, if Owen Johnson showed up and he didn't just drive to the beach with his new car, all of a sudden he was late, you can change him from no show to attended just by doing this. And he's back. Okay. So now Owen is attended, and then Raylan just got here. So we're going to swipe, hit attended, done. I'm getting paid correctly. Payroll reports are all done at the top. And you don't have to worry about invoicing ever again. So there's your quick crash course on the app. That's how easy it will be to use this stuff. We're going to jump over to the browser though. There's a couple things you want to do to make sure your app has your face, has your right phone numbers for notification, your right email. You're already going to have this set up by your school. However, you're still going to want to do this when you first get it. And that is, let me just minimize this. So I'm logged in. I'm going to come over here. Notice this. You could take attendance and do everything I did on the app from your computer as well, if you choose. So all I have to do is click on Raylan's face right here, just so you can correlate that information really quick. So when I click on Ray, bear with me, I'm out on my ranch in Iowa. The internet's a little slower. There it is. And notice the attendance screen is on the right side over here. So it's already marked attended since I marked it, but there it is. And you hit save and so on. And it's very easy. So you have everything that the app has and a little bit more. When you come here, you can even see his practice timer results here. All of his homework assignments he sent in over here on the right. If you can't remember what you assigned him, you can see it here. I'll click on that and go, cool. Oh, there's his lesson plan. By the way, the students have access to this same browser-based software version too. So if they have a home computer and they don't want their kids on a mobile device, teacherzone.com, log in, and you're in. And this is what the practices look like. So you can see, here's the lessons. That's a B flat piano scale. This is a course we created. Those are just YouTube videos. You can customize this however you guys want. By the way, watch this. These YouTube videos, no commercials as long as the videos are playing inside of Teacherzone. Watch this. Music is a Language, TED Talk, Victor Wooten. There it is. Go full screen if you want. No commercials. Very, very, very cool that our API does that. And then all your practice files and links are down here that I attached. Here's a Songster URL. Oh, that link went bad. I forgot about that. Here's a horse video that I just threw in there really quick that I took over the weekend. And it's very, very, very cool for the students to use this at home as well. Otherwise, they just use the app and see the same thing. Their student app's awesome. So back to our dashboard. First of all, while you're here, for those power users who just got to use the computer, that's fine too. You just right click on dashboard, open new link, and you can have as many teacher zones open as you want. Okay. So if you want to see your schedule as a whole, that's even easier, a little bit more expanded version. There it is. There's your schedule, and then boom, right back to my dashboard. And we'll get to that in a second. However, what we need to do to get that easy app to just start working, in case you're not ready to be a power user yet, you come over here and you click on your face. Okay. Add your picture by changing photo. Make sure your email is correct. Your school usually provides that. Make sure your cell phone number is correct. And then I forgot to show you something. Let me pop back over here. One of the main friction points that I didn't show you that we have gotten rid of, notice the green camera icons. When I click on that, if Raylan all of a sudden couldn't show up, not only can I indicate that this is an online lesson if I want to, and he couldn't make it in, go to attendance. So you don't have to do this part, by the way. It's up to your school, but location is online. Oh, it already was online. Boom, and attended and hit save. But the little green cameras are the key, okay? If I click that, it's not gonna let me go all the way into it because if I do, I already have camera software up right now because you can see me. That green camera not only links you, the teacher, directly to your meeting link of your choice, this one happens to be set up as Zoom. You can use any meeting software. Hit the green camera, you're in on your side. The kiddo hits the green camera on their software. Look at this. Here's Raylan's app. Hits the green camera as well, right there on the right. It sends him in as well. So I'm gonna kill that, come back over here, come back to here. I know that was a lot, but just remember, those green cameras are a lifesaver. They do not need to have mom access a Zoom link, okay? If it's either in the Teacherzone chat, you could put a Zoom link there, but you don't even need to do that anymore. The pandemic and everything that happened trained everybody overnight to understand virtual learning. Well, now it's even easier. Just click your green camera and you're in. So I'm going to hit escape here, come back over to the screen where we're going to be updating your profile information. So we did email, we did phone number, right? You can even come in here and do your own personal bio, your own preferences and everything. So what you teach and things like that. But the last thing we need to look at here is these meeting links. So I chose Zoom, but as you can see, there's all sorts. So I chose Zoom, put my URL in and hit save. And that's how those little camera icons were activated. It's like having walkie-talkies. However, if you want to go a little deeper, which is a lot of fun, it's what I usually prefer to use. You go to preferences and you can sync your Google Calendar here, your Gmail. If in fact you sync your Gmail, not only do your Teacherzone students populate onto that calendar, it only goes one way. Your personal calendar does not come back to Teacherzone. So not only do your students go on to the calendar on your personal end, but every one of these little cameras, and notice the browser has the little cameras too. This will open them up as well. See, click on that. Here's Zoom. I'm going to cancel that because we're already in a meeting. Those little green cameras. Um, um, but at the same time, where was I? Strike that note. So back to here. Oh, yes. So your students also have this on their browser software as well. So if they have to use browser, they can get into the meeting immediately. But back over to here, what I was saying about the Google Meet, each one of these right now is my same Zoom meeting. If you sync with Google, like I showed you, each one of those cameras will be an individual Google Meet meeting link. So they'll all be separate. So nobody can kind of jump in on each other's meetings. So if you prefer Google a lot, which a lot of people do, just go in and do the preferences section right here. Boom. And do that Google Calendar sync, or later write this down, go to the FAQ like I showed you and type in Google Calendar sync, and there'll be pictures showing you how to do everything. Okay, so that's your setup, guys. You come in, log in on the browser, even if you're going to be an app user, which we recommend. App is so easy to get to teaching. Grab videos if you need to send an example home, fire it off into a practice directly from your phone while you build your library up. So easy, even though the software on the browser does it as well. This setup screen needs to be done first to make sure your meetings work, phone numbers in, and email, and you are golden to just start using the app. Okay? All right. Now, we're going to kind of do that was the 1.0. Let's do 1.1 now. Take a drink. Always stay hydrated. What we're going to talk about next is something that the browser only does as well. And if you want to remember this, you can just click help and type in classes or groups or just the word classes. And the reason I'm going to show you this, some schools, it's all about group classes. Our jujitsu and karate, even music classes have group classes, but some schools are one-on-one. Whatever type of lesson business you are or you work for, this part can be really cool. So if you click on the FAQ, it'll show you how to do it. I'm going to go show you how really quick. If you want to build a little more camaraderie amongst your own roster or groups, make a class group. And this is how you do it. Watch this. You come over here to members on the left side, click on it. This doesn't happen in the app. Once the group is made, it's in the chat and assignments can be attached to that group, but you can't make a group inside the app. So we're doing it in the browser. All right. So click on classes and groups right here. There we go. This will be really fast. And you'll notice I have unlimited groups. So I just hit add new class or group. I'm going to call this Tyler's drum roster or something, because I can do my whole roster so that the kids on Thursdays can know who shared the fearless leader. That's you. They love you. Well, Monday kids love you too. Tuesday kids hopefully too. But you get my point. Why couldn't they all be led by you at once, even if you don't do group lessons, via a chat and sending them a little content every week, a YouTube video or inspiring question or whatever. That's kind of, you can start to think bigger or not, up to you, with Teacherzone. Okay. So Tyler's drum roster, I don't even need a description. I hit save. I come over here. I can add whatever one of my students in that I want because your school's already populated who your students are. You do not have to do that. It's done. So I'm going to go ahead and hit add students. And if I want all of them, boom, I can just do that. Or I can just do a few, maybe just my drum students, the ones that I know I always see, hit the arrow button and hit save. There they are. Tyler's drum roster is now populated. Now, what's very interesting here too is if you don't want to be alone with these savages, go ahead and throw one of your colleagues under the bus and add a teacher. Boom. Sorry, Adam. I'm not going to be alone. Hit save. Adam is now in the group as well in case there's group chats. That is useful for many schools. Some don't require it. But here's the kicker, guys. The kids don't know this exists yet. You have to either assign a practice or send the first chat to let them be notified that something happened. That's how this works. So you hit your blue button, you hit view details, and there's a basic dashboard again. And notice top left, there's a send message button. And here's how you initiate. Hi, everyone. Here's where my students can all chat with me or each other about awesome things. Send that. Push notifications just went out. If their app hasn't been logged into in over an hour, an email is even sent that a chat is waiting for them in Teacherzone, whether it went to the teacher's email or the parent's email or their email. It all depends on how that student's set up. They're all, all students are case by case based on age, and so on. So this is a way that you can actually start engaging more. We have a school in California called Los Rios Rock School. Our teachers send out one chat at a time and on the same day of the week. And it's usually a YouTube video of some sort of concert footage since we're a music school or something. And with a question, hey guys, what did you think of this? I just found this, or this is me performing live. Something inspiring. They already look up to you. Have fun with this group setting. Now, by the way, if you're wondering, are there already individual single chats set up with each of your students? Yes, absolutely. You don't have to set those up. Those are already in your inbox and ready to go. Can parents chat with you? Yes, but your school will have to show them how, and they have to log into their parent account find you because they can read all the chats between you and the students, read only. However, in their contacts, once they find you as a teacher in their parent login on that student app, they can then send you messages as long as they know to do it. So that's a way that you can kind of see, you don't have to answer the chats right away, but at least a concern is there. And maybe instead of waiting 6 days until the next lesson, maybe you have time to answer it. Anyways, less friction, more communication, notifications. You're kind of getting the point now. So that's how you do classes and groups. Those are the options. By the way, here is your chat menu. It's on the left side in case you're using the computer. Here's Raylan here. You just type, hi, Ray, and he'll get that on his aid. Don't mind my typing. You can search as well. Tyler, if I search that, there's Tyler's roster chat. There's Tyler's drum roster. So your things will sort that way as well. You can attach files to these chats and so on and so forth. By the way, all files that are ever shared in or out of Teacherzone are stored in not only your library, but the super admin library as well for security purposes. Let me take another drink. We're almost there, guys. Hang in there. We're almost done. So let's go check out the calendar for a second. Yes, on the app, all you do, let me go ahead and jump that back up here because we're going to look at the browser calendar as well and discuss banked lessons. Okay, so if I go back to my app here, obviously it's pretty easy to understand. I come down here to Joel Meyer. If he's not there or maybe I'm sick, I just swipe, hit attendance, come down here and teacher canceled, and there's some notes, super sick, done. And I don't have it enabled, or let's see, let's hit banked. Yeah, banked isn't enabled on this particular account on the super admin, so don't worry about that for right now. But the banked lesson means that at your school, lessons like that are given back. They're rescheduled. Banked means owed. We banked it up here so it can be restored. Got it? So anyways, your app does all of that. What your app doesn't do, your app even lets you go to the next page to see what tomorrow is. Just hit the arrow where it says April 14th, hit the arrow to the right, and you can live in the app. Here's tomorrow's students. Friday's heavy, right? Hit an arrow to the right again. Saturday's light. Thank goodness I need to have a life, even though I'm a fearless and wonderful teacher. So you can live in the app. However, come take a look at this. Let me minimize that. If I come back to my dashboard, or let's go back to dashboard here, and then down to schedule, okay? However, look at this. Remember my tab was open? I already have my schedule up. Pretty cool, right? So we're in the schedule. Notice that I haven't taken attendance on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but just because I haven't been in this account. But notice these are turning green. We already took attendance on these. So I can take attendance here as well. Mark attended, hit save. However, I wasn't feeling very good. So for Joel, actually, let's do it for Raylan. So for Raylan, we're actually going to do a teacher canceled, and we're going to do a banked lesson because I'm sick, and hit banked. Do you want a banked lesson, the 1 o'clock lesson? Yes, let's do it. And banked reason is teacher canceled and saved. Okay, so notice Raylan turned burgundy. By the way, yellow just means it's an online type of lesson. And these colors you can actually set to remind you that these students mean something. They're just color coded. You can do any color of the rainbow, but burgundy, green, red for canceled, and orange for no show are your main automated ones. Okay, the other colors can be set to whatever you want. Now, if you notice, these are all my unassigned students. Don't pay attention to the size of that list. Those are all the example groups I've made over these demonstrations. but assigned students is where we want to look at. And if you notice, Raylan now has 2 banked lessons, one from February 7th and one from April 14th. That's today. Cool. So depending on how your school works, your administration might do all of this. I don't know. However, if there is an open spot, okay, for instance, open, you can set your open times by clicking open, and you can make them recurring open times and so on and so forth. You and your staff are the ones who preordain when those open times are, because all your non-open times, teachers, those are your sacred life hours. You need to have your life. So you and the administration pick out these open times. However, I am a full teacher. I can't hardly teach, right? Well, you can also create open times. If I go to next week, I'm probably going to just restore Raylan in one of these light blue open times because those are open. However, if I want to on Saturday, I can just drag down and create a one-time only open slot and put some students there as well. So, long story short, let's restore Raylan's lesson. By the way, there could be expiration dates if the administration sets them. So at Los Rios Rock School, there's 60 days that parents are allowed to restore these lessons. So if they don't hop on it, they lose them. They don't have to have those dates assigned, totally up to the school. However, look at this. Drag Raylan back on over here. And I'm going to just restore the April 14th one because that's the one we did. It's 60 minutes. Restore. And notice it's got a little star. By the way, payroll is set up so your administration knows to not pay you double for one that was banked and didn't happen. It's absolutely, the AI works. It knows what it's doing based on the settings. Okay, so you get paid right no matter what. But that little star represents a restored bank lesson next week. So that's how that works, guys. You guys can view your schedule as daily as well if you want. I'm more of a weekly guy, and daily looks like that. So, anyways, the browser-based schedule allows you to see and do more, but the app allows you to get to teaching no problem. Hope that's clear. You've got your app and so on. And by the way, really quick, before you go get that app, if you don't have it already, so you're not confused, I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And if you go to the App Store, which should be here it is, and you type in Teacherzone, there is the Teacherzone students and Teacherzone teachers, okay? Go to Teacherzone teachers, go ahead and download it, and everything is there. That's how you get that on any mobile device. So as I think for a second, is there anything I'm missing so that you guys have the tools you need to get everything done? The only thing we didn't go over so far is how to create your own custom courses, which you can do in the app. But there's a tutorial in the FAQ that will show you. Just know that anything that you have in your mind that you repeat over and over again, you can actually digitize inside a Teacherzone, and they're stored safely and securely on our Amazon servers, as many as you want. By the way, this is also a chance. Remember, we have to thank those who are also supporting us while we support them. Whoever installed this and got this and paid for this software for you guys to use, give them a high five or email them a thank you when you get a chance, because they're really trying to look 2,000 more yards out in front of the battlefield where you are every day to make sure your life is easier. So don't forget to do that. But those courses, anything you can think of, you can absolutely curate inside the app or in the course creator in the browser. They're both the same thing. If you go to courses, there it is. There's a bunch of courses I've made. You hit add, it will walk you through it versus the course title page. That's like the book cover. And then you can put as many lessons with videos and attachments that you can dream of in there. So you never have to send stuff again. Okay. So remember that there's a practice assigner. The assignment creator is that weekly 3-ring binder. You can also assign things to multiple groups as well. So if I come in here and I edit this really quick, the one I already created for Raylan, notice at the bottom, I can create, I can add more students. So let's see, Tyler, oops, I think it was without Tyler's drum. Let's just type that in really quick. There it is. My whole drum raster that you guys just helped me create, I hit that and there they are. They're added. You can add these digital 3-ring binder assignments. These lesson plans can go to as many kids or groups as you see fit. Okay. Also at the bottom, it already populates an automatic due date for a week from the day, but you can also click on the calendar and choose. And then minutes per day, what's that all about? That's practice time. Okay. So if I hit save and then run over to Raylan's app. Now I'm in the teacher app. Oops. Hi, Raylan. Are you still practicing? He had his practice timer going. This is perfect that you guys get to see this. What happens here is he can either continue because it stops at 30 minutes and asks this question. So I'm going to go ahead and hit stop. And I practice 30 minutes. And if I go over to practice timer, Raylan just shot up because his practice timer was going while we were doing this, shot above my 20-minute assignment baseline. So the red line's yours, teachers. The blue line is his. So it's so easy. They just hit play at home, let it go. They can even hit stop and congratulations and so on. So that practice timer is not only assigned to points and badges, it's kind of their own bragging right. Because if you look on the main page, this isn't a real account, 13 hours and 12 minutes is Ray's all-time practice. We have schools all over the world that are exceeding 500 hours of practice and getting gift cards for things and so on. But it also has this week's hours and minutes. So the kids see this firsthand. The kids have chat. There's the drum roster chat. Hi everyone, here's where all my students can chat. So now you're starting to see it connect. Everything we've been doing is connecting. Here's his assignment. If I click on that, here's the practice. This is what it looks like in his app. Might take a second to populate. There we go. The little I'm done button. When you click that I'm done, lesson is completed. Each video that's assigned only does that once in a week, so they don't have to keep doing that. If he needs to know what's going on, or if the parents do, the parents have access to this. And notice, a lot of schools are even put the first note at the top of the lesson plan to the parents if they're not an adult student. And then there's everything. Notice all of the items below auto-populate so you don't have to type them. That is what I assigned when I added content. And then here is the video lessons. And oh, look at this. With one of his lessons, this sheet music was attached. Check this out. There it is. Opens the sheet music. I mean, the sky is the limit, you guys. Come down here. Here's that movie. I think it was The Horses. Is that what it was? Yep. There it is. Pops up right on the app. Super fast as well. And let me go back. And that is what the kiddo is seeing on the app. And they can go full screen too. So there's not a problem. They can even have access to YouTube's slow down functions to slow it down with pitch correction, etc. So by the way, if you want to put your own video and you don't want to use YouTube, because we all know that sometimes YouTube content isn't very good, create your own videos and add them to the practice. Not a problem. Okay. So guys, I hope this has been helpful. It's been really great being able to explain this. If you have questions, immediately reach out to your lesson coordinator or the operations manager, whoever that person is, if the FAQ isn't answering your teacherzone.com questions, okay? They'll get to us, we'll get you those answers fast. However, that FAQ usually solves most of it. Have fun with it. Turn the spigot on slow as fast as you want, or what the school thinks. Therefore, maybe week 1 is just taking attendance. And maybe the kids haven't had their tutorial video yet sent home on how the app works at home, because your school can create those just by recording the screen and talking into an iPhone recorded video. There's a ton of ways you can do that. And owners, if you're watching this, hit us up in Basecamp. We'll show you how to do that. If you want to make little 1-minute tutorials going through the app with your voice and your logo at the front or whatever, and then put it as an unlisted YouTube video so no one sees it on your page, but you can email it to everybody. There's a lot of ways to get that information out. In the meantime, teachers, if you're just taking attendance for the first week, that's great. Then maybe the next week you type out the lesson plan with no attachments. Take attendance, lesson plan, make sure the kid logs in, uses his practice timers week 2. That's great too. By week 4, 5, and 6, you guys will be Jedis. This will start to make your life easier. Okay. So I'm Tyler Maroff with Teacherzone.com. Thanks for tuning in, and feel free to email info@teacherzone.com. If there's something that you just need to shoot out to us really quick and you need a question answered, that's fine too. But otherwise, direct all questions to management. They will go to us and we'll get you taken care of. Again, we'll be signing out. Enjoy this video and enjoy teaching. You guys are the heroes to everyone. Take care.